Alrighty, I think we are live and nobody's muted. I'm not muted. You guys can hear me, right?
Yep.
Hooray!
Hey, he did it. So I bought
Yourself
this.
the experience for that.
Indeed, you know, I bought this new thing. It's a 3-pedal foot pedal, and that way I can just push that down with my foot, and it mutes the Discord and lets me talk. And so I don't forget to unmute. That's what I've been doing. I would manually toggle it, and that was not working out well. So, all right. So when Jason gets back, we will get his character rolling. I think we have Chalaman's new character is almost there. Let's see. What was your character name?
Yori, Thunder, Bliss, and Bobbin.
Yori. We'll just go with Yori because I will never remember that. Yori is a gnome cleric of Palor. Did you correct your Cure Light Wounds spell to do the...
I have not
Okay.
loaded any spells yet. I'm still
So
doing
you-
equipment.
Okay, all right. So just remember to do that. And I believe we decided it was 42 to get the proper roll value out of it.
I think that's what we said, yeah.
And to the rest of you, while you guys are in town, you guys can restock, rest, shuffle your spells memorized around if you would like to. Once we get the 2 new characters sorted out, we'll get going for real. I just wanted people to get the opportunity to watch maybe somebody make a character or something while we're doing it. I'm going to add some generic equipment for Jason. And what are these? That sounds like just what he wants. Right. Is Jason back yet?
I don't think so.
I guess we should look. Let's see. Actually, I can look in his class, I think, and see that. Initial character funds. Alright, so he gets, as a warrior, 5d4. Somebody want to give me 5d4? We'll take the first one. There we go. He gets 160 gold to start off with. Oops. That's supposed to be... Alright, so I'm guessing he's probably going to want the best armor he can get.
I would think so.
So armor wise,
I would spend the most money on armor. That's what I would do.
and I'm guessing he's going to want a shield too. More than likely his go-to is going to be chainmail. That's 75 gold right there.
That's what I got from my cleric.
Yeah. And then let's see, where's the shields? Shield medium. That's a 7 gold. That's armor. The weapons are going to be the picky part. He's probably going to have his own. What's? What do you think he's going to want?
For a weapon?
Yeah, he's human. I'm guessing longsword.
I don't really know.
The Corbin.
No!
Ranseur.
We actually have a guy in Frankie's game that uses, isn't it a Rancer or something like that? Frankie's here, isn't he?
Yeah, find a magic one of those.
Yeah. Actually, I think it may be. But the guy can't hit the broadside of a barn. I think he has like 8 strength or something. It's pretty low. Alright, so we got that. I haven't... sorry?
Oh, sorry. I couldn't get my mic to work.
Blame Unity. That's what, you know, what Jason was
Yeah, Jason's having trouble getting his microphone working too.
It's a Rancer or something starts with an R, isn't it?
Yeah, it is a Ranseur.
Yeah. Alright, so I've got the weapons and the armors kind of set here and ready to go for when he shows up. I'm lining up chainmail, shield, and longsword. Maybe he'll want to use a short bow too.
If the guy ever disarms somebody with the Ranseur, you gotta let us know.
Yes.
Why is that? Why is that? Am I missing something here?
Robbie?
I'm waiting for him to say too.
I'm sorry, I had a phone call. What was that?
You were telling me that if somebody disarms him or he disarms somebody, I didn't quite catch. Why do we want to know if something?
Isn't that the one that you can use to disarm as a way to disarm people with it? That was the whole point of it.
Oh crap! I don't know. You'd have to ask Frankie.
I might be thinking of a different weapon. I don't know.
I texted Jason. He says his name is Helmut Unger.
Okay.
Fine name for a fighter.
Lord
Yes.
Helmet.
I'll let him.
Dark helmet.
A
Yes.
dark helmet.
Dark Helmet.
Well, damn. Now I've got to get him a different portrait. I just picked a random one. Let's see. Where is it? Let's see if there is a human with a helm. Here's one. There we go. He'll probably run around without a helmet too, just to confuse people. So far we've got 82 gold in the armor and the shield. I'm not really sure about this weapon that he's going to use, but looking at a short bow and a long sword, that's another 45 gold. Is his machine booting up, or is he having problems with that? Or do
He
you
didn't
know?
say. I asked him if he was doing okay and what kind of weapon he wanted to use, and he said his name is Helmut Unger.
Okay. I'm gonna go ahead, just so we can kind of get things moving. I'm gonna do the chainmail and shield and longsword and short bow, and he can.
He says
Change.
sword and board. So,
Okay,
yeah,
so
I'm
this'll
sure
work.
good.
We can worry about it later tonight if he really wants to change it. So he needs some arrows.
I
Forgot
think he's
those.
back. Though I don't hear him yet.
That don't seem lighting up in Discord.
Equip. Longsword. Good. Armor. Oh, he must not have the armor equipped. There we go. AC. Good. Why is his AC?
Not hearing you,
6?
Jason.
Start fantasy ground.
Nope.
There you go. I can hear you now. Still have the same issue though.
I don't know yet. Probably not. It'll probably be fine.
All right, so we've got you set with chainmail, shield. Those are the 2 most expensive pieces of armor you could get, and a longsword and a short bow with 20 arrows. If you want to, and let's see, what was the cost on all that? Where is it? That was 127 of your 60.
160. Yeah.
So you got 33 gold left, and you can pick up other ones that you want once you get in. And there is also a large list of skills and that sort of thing that you can pick. I think the thing that you're probably going to want to do. Are you going to want to specialize with a weapon? I assume you are, since you're playing a fighter.
Yes.
And you want to, let's see, specialize. Longsword, and I will set that up. Oops. It's done. It's done. I'm showing that. There we go. First roll is, yeah, awesome. Okay. And you get 3/2 with that. Are you gonna be proficient with the short bow? Or is it, I mean, I put it in there just because I assume you'd want a range thing at some point. You may not want it at all. If you do, you can refund yourself 30 gold and pick something else, but. So I think he's got the bare bones there. You still will want, it looks like he disconnected again. He'll still want to do his skills, which he has 12 of them to populate. He has used...
Wow, that's a lot.
He's human. I give them double their awarded for starting, so humans are more proficient at things, I guess. I don't know. It's kind of a, something to give them a little benefit like elves get. He will also get to adjust one of his ability scores by 1 up, and up to a maximum of 18. So he could, he could boost his con to 18 or move his strength up to 16 or something. Is he?
He just disconnected.
Okay. Yeah, he's having all kinds of trouble with that.
Yeah, we should probably drive on. I can help him.
Okay, just kind of, on the side, let him know that he can add 1 to one of his ability scores, whichever one he wants. If he adds it to con, it'll give him a lot of hit points, as he levels up. And the strength one, I think, will give him a +1 to damage, I think, at 16. I can't remember off the top of my head. Yeah, the skills...
+1 damage.
Yeah, the skills he will definitely, he's going to need, he's going to want common more than likely, but that's going to take a while. I wasn't going to sit here and wait for him to do 12 skills or however many he ends up picking, so you can definitely work with him on that too. Let me get him, why did I close that? There. here. So looking at the combat tracker, do you guys see everybody that's here? I mean, all you guys that are here, your characters are in there, correct?
I do. Yes.
I see me.
I see me.
I am not in there.
Oh, that's that's why I asked. There we go. Now you're in there. I think you missed last week. That may be why I pulled you out.
Yeah, I missed the last session.
So let me do. Alright, so I'm going to. Oops, why did that happen?
I'll take it.
No, I did. That's intentional. I'm talking about. I'm dragging. It's making me drag windows all over the place.
I think I lost connection. But I'm back now.
Yeah.
I can hear you. I can hear you. We don't see. Oh, it looks like you're getting back in this on Fantasy Grounds too. What I would suggest is while we're going to go ahead and get started, your character has the basic things sorted out. You've got your specialized with a longsword. You've got a short bow. You've got your basic equipment and your dungeon running equipment. You've got some gold left over, and I will let you while we're playing if you want to say, before you had started, this is the stuff, some extra things I wanted, and do that. Just don't do it right when I say there's a 50-foot pit and nobody has a rope. You say, oh, I'll buy a rope, that kind of stuff. But you also will need to sort out some skills, and you also, as a human, I give them the ability. They can put +1 to any ability score they have, so you can pick whichever one you want to do that. But the rest of you guys, did any of you guys level with that? Some of you may be
I don't
close.
think I do. Let me look.
No, I'm just over halfway.
Okay.
No, we're close.
Not yet.
No rogues, I guess. No rogues.
Yeah.
And the clerics are just starting. So, all right. Did you get your spells sorted? What's your character's name?
Yori.
Yori. Did you get your spells sorted, Yori?
No, I'm working on that right now as you're talking.
Okay. I think the class thing should show your.
I'm trying to figure out how many spells I get with the wisdom of 17.
Okay. So if you go
think
to
I
the
get
front of your character sheet, you can look at the wisdom piece, and if you mouse over where it says bonus spells various, it's because there's so many it can't list them. So you get 2 first, 2 second, and 1 third. The little tooltip will pop up. So right now, what you can do is go ahead and you should have 1 there already. Just make the total there 3, and then this is the funky part about editing these. Once you set it, click on the next one. That way, that box loses focus. Once it loses focus, that value is accepted. There's underlying reasons why it does it, but that's the easiest way to do it. Just change the number tab to something else within there, and you're good.
Like that?
So,
Oh no, I did level, not. I should have done the.
yeah, you want the one in spell slots under 1.
That
There you
one.
go. Yeah, there you go. All right. So now when you go to you can start dragging and dropping your spells again. You can drag and drop the ones that you think you were going to use, or the ones you absolutely will use. I wouldn't put every single spell from your sphere list that you can put in there, because it will. Fantasy Grounds just doesn't deal very well with large sums of data in one spot. So I'm working
Which
on.
book has the best spell list in it?
Just look at them all. Don't worry about just one. Use all of the books and pick the ones you want. As long as they're within your sphere, I don't care what book they come from. I know Frankie's books, he's got 2, and I think both of them have pre-spells in them, don't they?
Yeah, they do.
Yeah, and some of them are probably pretty good. I don't know them very well. I'm not super familiar with them, so. But you definitely want, Cure Light.
All right, I'll work on it.
All right. Anybody else have anything they need to do?
Go ahead and add that +1 to my strength.
Okay. Do you know how to do that? I'll take that as a no. On the front of your character sheet, there's a little gear at the top of your abilities. It says abilities, and there's that little white gear. If you click that white gear, it'll bring up a box with all your ability scores in it, and then you can set it there. There you go. You got it. All right.
And then for skills, is that under records?
Yes. Yes, and you can do that just, and we're going to go ahead and start playing, but and you can do that behind the scenes. If you get hung up or something, kind of hold the questions until we get to a point where we can pause. But if you don't, feel free to just go for it. Oh, also, I'm going to keep dragging this out. Humans also let buy skills that are outside of your class. So normally, as a fighter, you would only get access to general and fighter skills. And if you bought anything or you got skills outside of that, it would cost double. But I allow humans to buy the skills from any of them. So if you want to buy a rogue talent, and not thieving, like pickpockets and that kind of thing, but like if you want to take tumbling from the thief thing, I'll let you do it at just the cost that's listed, not the double cost that you normally would be. So feel free to look around. I think tumbling is well worth it, if you ask me, but it's up to you. All right. So the rest of you guys had come back to town, and maybe I should be playing some more somber music, not this super happy. I mean, you had 2 party members die.
I got ate by an ogre last week.
A week before last, yes.
2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think I ran this.
Yeah.
I think I ran this module like 35 years ago.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, yes, you probably did, and all I think several of the other ones here have done that as well. So, so we lost two guys to the ogre. You guys have decided to let them go on to the next life and continue on with your exploration, I guess, of the caves. You guys have met 2 new fellows to take the place of the 2 that you lost. You'll find that this place is bustling with newbies that want to join your party and maybe take the place of someone else, or even be hired and come in and work with you. So you easily find those those 2 gentlemen to replace them, and I'll let Helmet and Yori kind of give you a description of themselves.
My name is Yori Funderblitzenbobbin. I come from a long line of Funderblitzenblobbins. And I'm fascinated by ancient maps. And I'm hoping to find an ancient map somewhere. And I like to kill goblins. And I'm a priest of Palor.
And I'm Helmut Unger. I was born a peasant, and as soon as I was old enough to sign up, I joined the army, and I just recently learned how to read and write. Very proud of that. But just pretty simple person with a lot of basic living type skills that he learned when he was a kid.
Awesome. Sounds great. You guys are all sitting around the inn table, and you have discussed about what happened in your last encounter at the caves, and maybe thought better of some of the actions you took. But with that, I will put it to you guys, and you guys tell me what you want to do, and we'll proceed.
Well, I think I'm ready to start adventuring. If you guys will have me.
Well, we did have a couple of spots open up recently, so.
And we know a cave where
Thank you for the subscription there, Andy.
held by goblins.
And an ogre.
Swords
Giving us
and
some-
used and only dropped one.
Got a new emote there, man. Thank you.
Oh, they've been
Appreciate it.
used.
Well used.
So,
Go ahead. Sorry.
so we were going to. I think the last time we played, we were. I was eager to see if we could get another party together and go and save our compatriots, but I don't think the goblins and the ogre are of any mind to keep them from bleeding out, and I hear that ogres eat people.
Unfortunately, yes.
So, sadly, we had to let ourselves come to the understanding that we were not going to save our friends and sign both of you up. So, one of the mistakes I think we made, and the rest of you can tell me if I'm wrong, but we just tried to charge right in and kill everything, and oftentimes that was not a, it was hard. This is harder than we thought.
Yeah.
and the guards here have talked about these. They kind of have an observation of watching adventurers come through and succeed or fail against certain people, and they knew about these goblins and they knew about this ogre, and they said, oh yeah, that ogre, he's a mercenary, they pay him for that. And I think, if we had known that ahead of time, we might have approached this a little bit differently. So can I recommend that we actually talk to the guards and see what they know?
That's a wise idea.
So who's our face? Who's our best talking person?
I don't think it's me.
Why not?
Well, I don't know. I'm more into talking to birds, not people.
Fair enough. Birds are not people.
I tend to talk best with my sword and my axe, so
I can be very persuasive.
Yes. Well, I'm not a very charismatic soul, but I'm average.
Smee is not very charismatic either.
It's just got a bunch of brutes in our party that can't talk to anybody.
Well, what would we like
Smee's
to
a
ask?
bookworm.
I just got here.
bunch of introverts.
All right, so in the lack of any other volunteers, I'll do it.
Okay. So, who do you want to talk to? You see varying people when you come in the front gates. They seem to have a schedule. So when you guys leave in the mornings, you see the same guys in the mornings, and then in the evenings it's a different group of people. And there's also the scribe that you guys have worked with that has paid you bounties that you guys have brought back. And there's also tons of people in the tavern and the inns that you can talk to and see if they have any useful information for you as well.
Yeah, my first choice is going to be the guards that were on post when we returned back from the goblin cave, and I think that would have been burned into my memory, the faces of those guys. And if they're on duty in the morning, I'll see if I can find them somewhere in the evening. We don't have access to the inner keep, but if they come down to the area where the adventurers are, I can talk to them then.
Generally, the actual guards that work for that are here at the keep, they will show up in the tavern in the evenings, to eat and drink, but most of the time they spend their time in the barracks portion, away from people. But you are certainly welcome. You like I said, every morning that you've left at about that time, you guys were only at the caves for probably 3 or 4 hours, and you came back and they were there. So you think the first half of the day they're probably there, and right now we will go ahead and say that it is the morning. It's not late in the afternoon or anything like that. So if you wanted to go check, he may be there.
Yeah, I'll go check.
I'll go with them.
Okay.
I assume I'm a member of the group now.
Okay.
Yes,
So-
we would have accepted you in.
The little short guy and the tall human. You guys go trudging off, looking like Dad and his son, to talk to the guards at the front. And when you're looking out there, you can see the 2 guards that you guys have seen several times, and they're over there chit chatting about something as you approach. And as you do, they stop, and he turns to you and says, "Going to try your hand back at the caves today?"
That was the thought, but I think maybe we don't know as much about what's in those caves maybe as you do. When we came back here with our tails between our legs, we had I kind of had a revelation that when you said there was an ogre in those caves, that you would probably know from the previous adventurers that come through here a little bit about what's in the caves. Can you tell us about this ogre? You said that he was a mercenary and worked for the goblins paid him.
Yeah, we have had several other groups that did not make it back. Other than a few of the survivors, and we've come to call that ogre Billy. We don't know what his real name is, but one of the elves that made it back understood Goblin, and they heard the goblins yelling to Billy, and that they were going to pay him if he would come and help them again. And that's what they do. They use them as a guard for their own caves, and that's why nobody else goes there.
Got it. Did the elf say what they paid him? What currency they paid him?
No, they didn't. He didn't impart that. He suspects it was just coins or something of value.
Yeah. Okay. That's good to know. Thanks.
Mm-hmm. Next time you see me in the tavern, you need to buy me a drink.
I will do that. Next time I see you in the tavern, you can count on it.
Okay.
So Yori, what do you think?
I think we should stay away from the ogre.
I think we should
Or
bribe
draw him out
him.
if we count.
We should bribe him to work for us temporarily.
Or do that. I just got here, so I'm poor. I only have like 13 gold pieces. So.
Yeah, that's why I was trying to figure out if we could offer him something else other than gold, because none of us have very much. I have some, but
Doing a little metagaming here, we could just try a different cave.
we could.
I was thinking the same thing.
Maybe we could trick him into like getting drunk.
We took a keg of ale up there, and
Yeah, just like leave it there and like, oh, look at this. Oh.
boy, that keg was really heavy.
It
Good
sounds like
poisoning.
I'm sorry. Sounds like a Wile E. Coyote scheme right here.
The Acme,
Free food.
Acme
Yes.
Brewing Company.
Yes.
What about like a? I don't even know if they have this, but like a bear trap or something. At least like hold him in one spot for a little bit.
Yeah. I don't know. They pretty much made mincemeat of us last week.
There were just so many goblins, and then an
Orcs. It was
ogre.
orcs, yeah. The goblins the kobolds we did okay with, but when we tried to upgrade to orcs, we didn't do so well.
Yeah, that's a big,
And then
big
the
jump.
ogre just put him over the top. We just couldn't handle that.
I wasn't here. Were you fighting them in the wilderness or were you in a cave?
We
In a cave.
went to a different cave.
Oh, okay. I mean, if we could get them out of the cave, I can set up snares and stuff around the area and we could try to ambush them.
Well, when we ran, they didn't follow us.
No,
Oh,
they
well,
didn't leave the cave.
figures.
Yeah, the ogre didn't chase them either. I mean, you guys did do a good number. I mean, you killed a lot of the goblins, so don't discount what you did. It was their extra help that caused some issues.
So yeah, by my count, it was like 16 goblins that we didn't get any ears from because we had to leave.
Indeed.
Brutal. Well, should we just head back up there?
Why not?
Sounds dangerous.
Yeah.
Well, that's the place we know, and we know there were a bunch of goblins up there. Things might have changed, but I hope not. It hasn't been that many days.
No, it's only been two now. No, just one day, because when you guys came back, Daylog was healed by a visiting priest that has since left, and the rest of you guys decided to not risk going back and to discuss your options. So that would have taken a day to sort all that out and find your two new compatriots. So it's only been about a day.
All right, so who's up for returning to the same place? Or
I'm fine with going back there. Again, this character wasn't there, so I'm metagaming a little bit. But it's just we need to be prepared to leave. in a
Say we
timely
kick the
fashion.
door in.
Perhaps retreat more quickly.
Yes.
yeah, we don't stay quite so long.
Yeah, when you hear
trying to run
the
away.
sounds of the giant coming.
It is time to leave.
Okay.
Yeah, I was
Gee.
not comfortable
Sure,
being a
let's go back.
frontline fighter towards the end of that.
No, not as a
No.
wizard. Yeah, poor guy. If he'd hit you, you'd have been in some serious trouble. So are you guys wanting to head out there and go back to your original, the Goblin Caves again, and see if anything has changed since then? Is that what I'm hearing?
Yeah, sounds good.
If
Let's do it.
If we're fortunate, they have not ruined the bodies, and we could take the ears of the people we killed last time. If not, we just have to kill more.
Mm-hmm.
There's an ogre head needs collecting too.
Yeah.
For what it's worth, I also have an extra suit of chainmail and this small shield that we found, neither of which I'll be using. I don't know if that benefits anyone.
Yeah.
Or a medium shield. I don't know if I said small shield. I meant medium shield.
Yeah, that's what I already have. Otherwise, it'd be good. But
Yeah, I just bought those. I'm fine.
you can always sell them.
Well, I don't think we ever detect magic or anything on this stuff. So I don't know if
I
anybody
mean,
can
if
do
we've
that.
been there for a day or so, I could certainly in that time frame cast detect magic on whatever we have. Needs checking.
Yeah, these were items we found, I think we found them in the orc cave last time I played. It was towards the end of the session. We never did anything with them.
I know
Yeah.
2 weeks ago we did lay everything out and cast detect magic.
Yeah, I wasn't here though, so anything I
Yeah.
had on me you would have missed.
Yeah, okay. So it needs to be checked.
Can we say we did that while our time in town, Mike?
Yeah. The chainmail is chainmail.
Okay.
What was the other piece?
The other one's a medium shield.
That shield actually radiates magic.
Ooh.
Oh, snap.
Ooh, ah.
Well.
There you
Again,
go.
the shield's up for grabs for whoever wants that. It's probably
Yeah.
useful.
Cannot identify it, but it is magic.
I'm
Somebody-
a fighter. But
Yeah.
I also just got here. So.
Yeah, I wasn't even here last week.
Yeah, I use a small shield though, so just because I'm a dwarf. I could use medium, but I'm just particular to a small.
Oh, just because you're new, don't be shy. I mean, I'm not going to use it. I use 2 weapons and a longbow, so you won't see me holding that thing.
And my character couldn't carry a shield. It would weigh him down.
Danny, I'm surprised they're going right back.
Helmet will take it.
He would sink into the earth.
Yeah,
Alright.
take it.
It's in the
Mhm.
party
Helmet.
sheet there. Go ahead and grab it.
And the chainmail, you guys could, if you would like, try to sell it.
Yeah.
At the trader that you guys have done business with before.
Got a good rapport with him.
Yeah, I don't want to be lugging around a suit of chainmail.
Who's going to be doing the trading there?
You know what?
Wow.
I'll do it. Let's go. Let's see how bad it is. My charisma's not that bad. It's just, I'm not a people person.
Alright, let me find this. There it is. And so let's see, what kind of modifiers do you have? Your reaction adjustment modifier.
0.
0. Alright. So you go in there trying to trade your chainmail, and he seems to be, he's not too excited. He's like, it's a little rusty. I'm gonna have to clean it up. This is the second suit I've gotten today. I tell you what, and he says he'll give you, he said, I'll give you 35, 40 gold for it, because this is gonna take some cleanup work.
Oh, wow, it passed. 35, 40 gold?
Mhm.
About 45.
Well, let's see what his mood is like. All right, 45. But get out of my store. I got to clean this suit up now.
Wow, I'll leave.
All right, there you go. And maybe I shouldn't have split that. I just wanted to get it out, and I did split it with everybody. That's here.
That's fine.
Yeah, that's fine.
All right. So you've got rid of your extra equipment that you had laying around. You've stocked up on all your supplies. Yes. Everybody's got everything they need. Last minute. Nobody's missing clean underwear or water.
Nope, got a brand new bow, 40 sheaf arrows. I'm ready to go.
All right. I need someone to give me a D6 in the tower, please.
I'll do.
Oh, beat you to it.
Yep. That's okay.
All right. And James, give me one more.
All right.
All right. So you guys, the road is clear all the way. When you approach the cave exterior as well, it looks clear. You don't see anything moving around outside of the caves. And the map. Let's see, let me reshare so that pops up, because I don't think it's right here in front of my face. Do you guys want to see the overland? I mean, you guys have seen the overland. Let me show that just so everybody's kind of got an idea of where you were at. Let's see, get rid of that. We'll reshare this. Oh, I need to fix that.
When you get a chance, can I get my spells reset?
Oh, yes. I thought I did that. We'll do a long rest right now. Long rest. There you go. That should have reset all your memorizations. I've laid out the overland map. This is the cave that you guys went to last. And the other one that you guys have been to is this one. This is the one that had the kobolds in it. But this one to the south is the one you went to that had the goblins in it. And that's where we last.
This one up here too.
Yes, that's where the orcs were.
Okay. Yeah.
So, if you guys are going to approach, go make your approach to the goblin caves. If that's it, I will bring up the actual map. I'll have to reshare this so that Jason can see it as well. And Jason, the map may take a little while to download because it's kind of, I used a high-res map for this. And I will put you guys near it. This is not necessarily where you're at, but I'm just going to put you here and let you guys decide where you want to go. And you guys can see the map, right?
Yes.
Yes.
And you can see yourselves
Yes.
on the map?
Yes.
Okay. So this is right there. That's the cave. Right now, it looks quiet. But so did it last time you guys were here.
We want to check to see if there's been any foot traffic in and out today or yesterday.
Yeah, I'll take a look, see if there's been any movement, do some tracking.
Okay. Are you going to do it from here, or are you going to move up to the cave entrance itself and look?
I'll start from here.
Okay. Give me a find tracks check in the tower, please. Right now it looks like your party is. If there was any tracks, you can't really see anything from here because there's been a lot of traffic from your group right in this particular location.
I see nothing but the footprints of humans and dwarves.
Maybe leaving at a high speed.
Yes, it does appear that way. Alright, I'll move up to the side of the cave here, and then check to see if there's any ogreish or goblinoid footprints over here.
Okay. Give me another find tracks check. So you do see that it looks like the goblins themselves, at least a couple, came out. They didn't go very far. It looks like they, may have patrolled right outside the exit and then went back in. You do not see anything of larger than footprints than goblin sized.
I'll give a thumbs up to the party.
Was there any ranged engagement last time, or was it all hand to hand?
I think they threw spears, didn't they?
They did. It was a combination of both. I was shooting with my bow at some point. They were throwing spears, and then they closed, and we killed quite a few of them, but they got us in the end.
we killed a bunch, they summoned the ogre, and that was it.
I was in
Yeah, we heard him
Shield.
coming.
Oh.
I have my ranged weapon ready.
Same. Are we going in?
I think we should.
All right. I'll slowly and quietly try to look around the corner here.
Are you gonna try to sneak?
Yes, I am.
Why don't you give me a move silently, since you can do that out in the woods? Alright, you move as quietly as you can up to the cave entrance and peek around. And as you do, you don't see anything. The light is kind of, not optimal. The direction that the light is coming makes it pretty limited in how far you can see, but you can just look in and you can see that in the immediate area that you can see, which is about as far as that line is, you can see that there's nothing there. Beyond that, you can't see using your infravision because you're out in the sunlight right now.
All right. Just wait for everybody else to move up here.
Smee's about as close as he's going to be till other people go in.
Yeah, where's our front line?
Alright. Looks like I'm playing around with something I just added to see if it worked. Alright, so
Holy shit.
Chuck. Oh wow, that's slow. Did you see that? It just kind of tink tink tink. Is that? I wonder if that's new. Is it moving slow for you guys, or is it zippy?
I
I
can't.
haven't.
It's not
Having
super
trouble.
zippy, but it doesn't look super slow.
On my screen, it's like chick 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 chick. You're moving. It's like it's not like it was before, where it just warped.
I think I'm stuck
It
on
took
this wall.
it took about a 1 second for Helmet to move from where he started to where he ended.
Maybe it's just the host side that they've got that going for some reason. Looks interesting. All right, and so everybody's kind of moved up. Let's see, Daylog. You see the same thing that I told Nasilis that he saw. Yori, you're kind of the same way. You don't see anything immediately in the entryway. I mean, you can see that you can kind of get an idea that the tunnel goes east and west and south, but you can't see much further than that white line right there. What do you gents want to do?
Any bodies? Do we see any dead goblins or anything? Any dead humans?
Not in the entryway, no.
Well, we
Keep
know it
in
goes
mind
left,
that-
right, or straight. So which way y'all want me to go? Left, right, or
We
straight?
We know they carried the bodies of our compatriots off.
Yeah,
Saw that
the
happen.
ogres, Billy certainly picked them up and took them off, yeah.
So the ogre came from when you step inside and turn right. The ogre came from that way, which is the west. If
Yes.
I recall correctly.
Indeed.
Yes, he did.
All right. Well, let's just. There wasn't a trap in here that I remember.
No.
Again, I'm metagaming, but. So yeah, let's just move in and see what we see, I guess. I'll follow the big guys.
Alrighty, Daylog is making his way inside. Let me put you there. Okay, there it was snapping. It must have just been my connection or somebody downloading something. Okay, so let me give Daylog a little description of what he can see. When you move in and get out of the rays of the sun, you can see the cave like you normally would, 60 foot, infravision in your all directions. You can see all of the goblin bodies that you guys killed. Most of them seem to still be here. You're not entirely sure if all of them are here because they're kind of spread out all over the place. You can see the one that the ogre, that you guys had killed. The ogre stepped on its head and kind of crushed it like a pumpkin. I think that was right about there. But you don't see anything moving around right now.
Grab ears.
Yeah, put them in your inventory.
I tell you what I'll do is I'm going to unlock tokens so you guys can move around. Just don't move super far. I may just like slide you back, you know, if you move too far and say, all right, this is what you see, give you a better description. Let me do one other thing before you get too much further.
While the meat shields are looking around, Smee will start cutting off ears.
Okay. Sorry, I'm testing something right now that's kind of being a little weird. Huh. Strange. I have to sort that out later. Alright. And so our person, Daylog, you're moving westward. You can see, I think there was a couple of more goblins that were killed right here. In front of you, they're still there. Doesn't look like, you know, anything's been done with them. Although it may look like, it does look like at least one of them had a pouch, but it looks like it's been opened. So somebody may have perused some of these dead guys. To the east, southeast, Yori, you can see just at the edge of your infravision, there is some chairs and tables and some other things. And from the description of the fight that you heard, they had that there was goblins that came from that area. They were also, the tables and chairs and such are small enough for, you know, dwarves and gnomes and that sort of thing. They're not large enough for humans or anything larger than that. And this, well, you can't see anything, you're human. Just to remind you, Helmet, you can't see much beyond where you're at. The only reason you can is because the light coming in from outside. You can just see your party members, you know, that are coming from the outside to the inside, but when you look west and east, it's almost completely black. I mean, you can see there's walls, you know, right there, you know, to your, come on. You can see walls there, but not much beyond that. Because you're.
I'm gonna light a torch then. I'll be the torch bearer.
Okay. Let me torch on you. This is going to go on Werner. So, if you should be able to see the yellow light now around Werner. Yes.
Yes.
30 feet in each direction.
No, a torch is like 10 or something. I don't know. It's the effect is set up for the way it's supposed to be, at least. Let's see. Light torch, 15 foot. So it should be 15 foot. I don't know where that actually is. Yeah, it's 15 foot. From center to the edge, it's 15. Now, it may not be from that because it's not round, but I can't make a round thing. So just assume, Helmet, that if you're in that area or near that area, you can see the light from it and what's in it. Beyond that, it's just, you know, almost pitch black to you. Now, again, right here, you can see a little bit further because of the light coming in from outside, but visual range around the torch is 15 feet for humans.
hang around the torchbearer.
And anybody with infravision, yeah, you can't use it while you're looking through it or in it.
So basically, just got some dead goblins, and we're collecting some ears off of them.
Mm-hmm.
But we haven't seen it or heard anything else.
Nope.
I doubt they have anything because this guy looks like somebody's rummaged through his stuff. But I check them for loots too. They've probably been pilfered by their buddies though.
Well, should we go deeper then?
As soon as we get done getting the ears, yeah, we should go.
Yeah, when you guys are ready, I'll move up to this corner here to this. Looks like it goes left and right up ahead of me.
It does, left and right.
So, Mike,
Mm-hmm.
I had down that we killed 11 inside last time. Are any missing?
No.
Okay. Like I said, whenever we get done collecting ears, we can move on down deeper.
Okay. Daylog, were you going to continue moving west?
Yeah, as long as, like I said, they're done with ears. If you're good with that, I'll move.
Sure thing. At least I'm assuming they're. I mean, as far as I'm concerned, they're done.
Okay, yeah.
Okay,
I'm gonna
yeah, let's
move
go.
to here. Look, see what I see left and right.
Alrighty. So to the left, you see a passage that immediately turns left again, and you can't see anything beyond that. To your slight right, it opens up into a larger area. You can see there's tables and benches and various things here. A barrel with some short little spears, like the ones they were using to throw at you. Although this barrel is actually empty because they used them all. But you can see this is where the bulk of the ones that came from the west came from. But you don't see anything in here right now, other than the tables and the chairs. There is some like a rotten hunk of meat on a bone on the table. Not entirely sure what it is. It's kind of decaying and stinks bad. There's flies all over it.
Looks abandoned, like they gave up.
Yeah. I'll move up there into the room.
Okay. Yeah. See how far west can you see? About to there. That's about as far as you can see. But you can see to your the on the south there's two passages that head off in those directions as well.
Yeah, I'll kind of clue the party in that we can go passages ahead, or there's one down this passage to the south that loops around. Which way we want to go?
You're scouting. Go with what you feel like you need to scout.
So when you come around the corner there, you peek around the corner and you can see it looks like that it was used as like a sleeping area. There's like these mats, and I don't know why I didn't put any. You can see them far to the west. You can see there's just like mats, all the sleeping sort of pallets. But in that little cubby to your left, looks like whatever the tunnel was originally intended for. You're not sure, but right now it's used as like a sleeping area, or was. There's like 2 or 3 pallets, sleeping sort of, not actual pallets, but just like leaves or furs or something kind of stretched across the floor, and it looks like they used it as a rest, sleeping area. Looking at it though, you can see it's just covered in fleas and flies and various other things. Smells like urine as well.
Dirty goblins.
And sure
then
enough,
peek down that
another
one.
another little cubby, just like the other one, has a sleeping area for apparently the goblins. And you can see to the west, there's a lot more down that way. Again, all empty. You don't see anybody in them.
You want to root through these sleeping pallets or no, fellas?
Looks like there's a passage to the north down there as well.
Yeah, check that out.
Alright, so let me move you back a little bit and give you a little description before you move any further. As you start moving westward, you can see there is a faint light coming from that direction, and it hits that wall that I'm pointing at. It's just a faint amber light. It's really dim. As you approach, you notice that.
Okay, yeah, I'll stop short of getting into that and then backtrack and tell the guys that I see light coming from that passage to the north. Very faint, but there's something up there.
Well, I guess we should go investigate.
Alrighty, 1 second. Doing another thing. I'm playing with something I added to see if it works. Sorry. And it seems to be working now that I know what I'm doing. Okay. Alright, so Daylight, you move up. Give me a percentile on the tower, please. Oh, wow. So, as you're moving up, you can hear the sounds of oops, that's not what I wanted. You can hear the sounds of voices, and they sound like the squeaky sort of voices that you guys heard when you initially entered this cavern complex and got into a fight. They seem to be talking in hushed tones, not being very loud. Do you speak Goblin?
I don't think so. Nope, just common and Dwarven.
Okay.
I do, but I'm not close to where the goblins are.
No, yeah, you're a
Tell,
ways back.
like probably more than one. Obviously, if they're talking, there's more than one. But can I distinguish different types of voices? Maybe a count, kinda.
No, you can't determine a count, but you know there's more than one.
Gotcha.
Goblins, pass it on.
Exactly. I whisper to Yori there.
I'll pass it on. Goblins, pass it on.
Smee will hold up an ear and point at it and down the way. Goblins.
Alrighty. What's the plan?
Well, I'm all for running in there and surprising the shit out of them.
Toss a fireball down. Oh wait, no wait. We're level 1.
If only.
Smee,
If only.
I need to have Smee and Nacillus, both of you guys give me a d6 in the tower. Actually, Werner and Helmet as well. Just do a d6 in the tower, all you guys.
I can't see the tower.
Usually it's in the bottom right on the default.
Yeah. It may be if you have the map. It may be covered up by the map if you've clicked on that recently, I think.
Oh if you don't know, you can click like the maximize on the map, and it will make the map your like desktop. It's much more convenient.
Yeah, and if you do that, then the dice tower and all the other stuff will always be on the top. So, Nacillus, when you were walking through the room to the east, and you didn't really think about it till you got to this point, you felt a slight sort of breeze with a stench of something that was not from these caves. And it was over in this area somewhere. And it didn't dawn onto you until you hit right where you're at. You're like, you know what? That area smelled and the air felt different. So you suspect there's some sort of either vent or doorway or something in that area.
All right, I'll whisper to the group. Hey, hold on, I think there might be something over here. Just watch that corridor for a moment, and I'll slowly and quietly walk back over here and right over here. Investigate.
Yeah, and as soon as you get there, you can absolutely tell there is a not so well hidden sort of passageway that goes into another area, and the smell that you get is from something, like it smells like just like in these days terms, it would be like a guy's locker room that has never been cleaned ever.
Nice.
with the smell of decaying meat.
Yeah, we got dirty Grundle over here, boys. Let them know that we might need to check this first.
Yeah, I'm gonna back up. I think we should probably check that.
Guys, come back.
We got a sock closet over here. I think we found the goblin jockstrap room. Who's our front man? I'll point it out to them and cover it with the bow.
Right here in this corner, right?
Yeah, it's somewhere over there. I'm gonna step over here so I get a better shot with the bow. If there's anything behind it.
See if I can figure out a way to open it.
I got the heels on the ready.
It's quite simple. I mean, you just need to push on it. It's not very well hidden. The only reason you didn't notice it is just because you guys were just walking through the passage, and Nacillus, is a little more sensitive to those sort of airflows for whatever reason. But as a dwarf, you can certainly tell this is, you push it and it'll open up, or pull it and it'll open up.
I'll give it the old heave ho then.
Alrighty. So you push the door open and you see, or as soon as the door opens, you don't see, you hear the sound of, and maybe I've got a sound here. I don't know if any of you guys have the sound going, but
Yeah,
I got it going.
Yeah, I do.
you hear this sort of deep sort of, and I want to play this other one that actually is the sound that I want to play, but it would not do it justice. So let me see if I can see if this works. Come on. You hear that sound?
Yep.
Like a snore. That's close as I've got to a snore for this thing.
I was gonna say it sounded like a pig, but I can hear a snore.
It's a large creature snoring. I've got an actual
Or-
person snoring, but that's not what I want. A person snoring wouldn't do it justice.
All right, do we have a sneaky thief?
I guess I'm as sneaky as it gets for this group, I think. Yeah, I'll try to
Get in there and
tiptoe.
backstab that guy, whatever it is.
I don't have that, but I'll definitely tiptoe up there.
Let's see if I can figure out how to open this thing.
You're right. Go burgle something.
Exactly.
So I opened that door. I've yet to have a door work in Fantasy Grounds Unity. I clicked it and it's supposed to be open. It says open.
I can't see through it.
Now it says closed. Now it says open. What? How is that supposed to work? Who's
Oh,
going?
it's
Oh,
open.
There it
now,
is.
now I can see it.
Okay. Okay.
I think it's just got a little bit of delay.
I had to wiggle helmet for it to work. All right. So you can see, let's see. Where am I? And to me, none of you guys can see through it.
Oh,
So
yeah.
I don't know what you can see, but you can
you have
see
to-
it.
I could see like half of it.
Right, and that's what you should see because you can't see the whole thing. But from here, you can see there is a cave exit. You can see a faint light coming from outside into it, and you hear that loud, deep sort of sound coming from within.
All right, I'll try to move silently up there.
Alrighty, give me a check in the tower, please.
Come on, burglar.
Yeah, our ranger. We're not backstabbing anything, boys. Get my bow out. Sneak up in here. See what's going on.
So you move in. Is that where you're stopping, or are you actually in the room? 'Cause
Up into the corner over here. Actually,
that's what I thought. It stopped you there. I don't know
Probably a
why.
wall.
It's an open door, is what it is. Let me get him out of the
yeah.
way.
Yeah, it
I'll
doesn't
put you
really
there.
like when you're up against walls. I know.
So they're in there, and inside you see a sleeping ogre that is like looks like he's about to wake up.
Oh shit! I'm
Because
just gonna shoot him.
as you step into the corner and begin to draw your bow, it makes just a loud creak. To you, it's super loud, and obviously it must have been to him because as soon as you start drawing the bow is when he started to wake up. And let me see if I can make him the size he should be.
Okay,
There we go.
I'm gonna have to start working on your burgling.
And with that, what we'll do is we're going to switch to a better sounding. That doesn't sound better to me. It's supposed to be battle music. And everybody roll initiative. Nasilis, you get to... he wasn't surprised, but I'm going to let you have one shot before you roll initiative. So go ahead and make it now.
Alright.
He is... You're at -2 because he's prone, actually.
Alright, I'll give myself the -2. Alright, brand new bow, let's go.
The oil it, man, it creaks.
Go.
Yeah, you hit him.
Got a hit. Wakey wakey. Eggs and bakey. 1 damage.
Awesome. All right. I'm going to fix his token. I'm going to pull him off the map because he should be delete this token because his for whatever reason I not set his size right. There we go. Now the plus is the visual for targeting looks better. When you scale it up manually, it doesn't work. All right. So everybody has rolled initiative. Okay. Alrighty. So here we go. Our first person to go is Werner. You guys see him step in, draw a bow. He immediately, his eyes grow, get pretty large, and he pulls and lets loose, and you hear the thud of something being shot on the other side of that. What do you want to do?
I'm going to hold the torch up high so that Helmet can see, and we'll see if I need to cast a spell next round. So
Okay.
I'm holding the torch up, and so that everybody can see, especially Helmet.
Okay, so what I'll do is I will delay you to the end in case you want to take an action at the end. It's me. Here go.
Well, everyone is still kind of up there. He's going to move forward a little ways, but then hold.
Okay.
He'll move up 10 feet and hold there.
Alrighty. And next, this guy gets up and reaches up and grabs hold of the arrow, snaps it off, and doesn't even pick up his club, turns and looks at you, and he says, well, he can't say you again because he hasn't seen you. So he says, get out of my cave, and he moves over to you. And that is his action because he had to get up.
Oh, man.
Bacillus, what are you gonna do?
Ruh-roh indeed. All right. I'm not shooting him while he's in my face. So I guess instead of, well, I don't know. He's still coming at me, right? You give penalties of any kind for firing while you're in melee?
Yeah, he's gonna get a free swing at you if you do that.
Yeah, fuck that then. I'll just drop my bow and draw my blades here. I think that'll probably be my action.
You can immediately switch. If you drop in your bow, you can certainly draw, and attack once.
Okay. A fucking ogre.
They're gonna have to scale the HP bars because it doesn't look like they're doing that. See how big his token? Oh, you can't see it. Never mind. I can see it. His health bar is wafer thin.
Yeah, ours are pretty thin.
Yeah.
Oh.
20.
Freaking get it.
Nice.
That's gonna be 12 damage. Oh! Yeah, he is not happy. All right, and helmet.
Am I close enough where I can swing from where I am?
You can step up just a little bit, and be, if you like to right there, and you can swing. The door is pulled open in your direction, so you can effectively you're standing next to Bacillus, and you guys can both attack him. That is a miss, sir. Next is Daylog. The door is actually right here. Where you're standing, Daylog, is not a door. It's the wall. So this little section right here, well, I can't draw it because everybody's there. Right there where that white line is, sort of. I can't draw it right where I want. Right there. That's where the doorway is.
I need to go around it and through my buddies to get in the room.
Correct. And move through Bacillus to get there.
Do that though, right?
You can. Yeah. You won't be able to. You want to move to what? Here? Right there?
I want to move up there, but can I do it like defensively so he don't smash my head in?
Absolutely. That's what I was going to say. You can move defensively through your guys if you're moving through his threat area and not be attacked. So that will take all your actions and that will let you go there. How did it stop? Oh, I know it stopped. Alright. Sure action. And Yori.
Okay, I'm gonna take
Thunder.
a shot with my staff sling.
Okay, you can't even see him from here. This is a wall right here. The door is right there. The 5-foot little section.
Oh, I thought the door was right in front of me.
No, it's right in front of Helmet. So secret doors are confusing, huh?
Yeah, what the hell? Well, can I move through like Daylog did then?
You move defensively. It would take all of your actions to move through. If you want to get to like here, is that what you're talking
That's
about?
fine. I gotta be within touch to heal anyway. So.
Yeah, this is gonna be that's all your
That's
action
fine.
right there.
That's
Okay.
fine.
And Werner, do you want to do anything else other than hold your torch high?
No, that's it.
Alrighty, gentlemen.
Mike,
Yes.
can Smee see him through the door at all from where he's at? It's hard to tell with that light. source.
Barely. You're right. Barely.
But I can see him.
Yeah, you can. I mean, as much as Helmet can see him, you can see him. I mean, it's just barely because you know he's right at the edge of the light. He's also in front of the light coming from the cave behind him, so you can kind of see him.
Okay.
Alrighty. Wow, my ogre looks like he's going to go first with a 5, which is unfortunate for somebody. Alright, so he has 4 people in front of him. I'm going to roll a d4 and we'll start at the top. 1 to 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah. It's going to be 4. That is. Oh no, it's going to be Helmet. I'm going to give him a -2
Hold on,
because
Helmet.
he's swinging through the door.
Welcome to the party.
Let's see how it goes. Ooh, that's it.
Sniffed out the newbies.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, he rolled a 19. Oh, he didn't kill him. So he punched you square in the face. Your nose is broken, folded over sideways. Blood's pouring out. But you're still alive. All right, Helmet. What are you going to do?
I'm gonna swing back.
All right, go for it. Oh. So this is a 2-attack round for you because you are specialized. You get 1 attack the first round, 2 attacks the second round. So what you can do, or what you need to do, on the top of your actions tab, there's like there's a set of buttons. One of those is delay. Click that. You may need to double click it actually. And whenever your turn comes around again after delaying, you'll get your second attack. All right, Werner. Looks like you're casting Magic Missile.
I ready to spell, but I don't think I can see him anymore.
No.
All right,
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to hold my action. So, do you want me to press delay?
Yeah, you can certainly hold it. You won't be able to cast your spell unless he steps on top of Daylog and Nacillus. But yeah, you can certainly delay for another action later. But yeah, go for it. And it's me. What are you gonna do? Put loose some magic missile.
Shooting you with magic missile.
I'm waiting for Werner to delay.
I clicked it.
You got a double.
Got it.
Those are like dice. So it's kind of a little weird.
Okay, fine.
Okay. Alright, it's me. Cast and let loose. Oh! That hurt. That hurt, sir. Daylog.
Get him.
No!
Ah, I shouldn't have said anything.
Alrighty, Yori.
All right, I'm gonna.
Wait. But Daylog, don't pass your turns, please.
No, I can put a delay.
Yeah, you don't delay. You don't have 2 attacks this round. You've only attacked once. Or did we say we were going to do it on even turns?
Well, even turns.
Yeah. I may go back to just doing it. You'll have to remember properly. Like, now that we can delay, I think I may be able to do away with that because I had a hard time remembering that sort of thing. But you can. Yori, go.
Okay, attack.
So you can't do a missile attack from this close unless you want him to smack at you while you're spinning your staff around trying to throw a rock at him. Okay. You can smack him with it.
I'll smack him with it.
Go for it. Staff sling can be used to clobber or throw a rock.
I have a question about it though.
Mhm.
Under attack, it says -3. Is it supposed to say that?
Did you set a proficiency with it?
I thought I did. Like it says weapon proficiencies, flail, footman, staff cannon under that staff sling. But it doesn't say.
Let me see. You have a footman's flail. The staff sling, you have the range portions of it. There is no proficiency applied to it that I can see. Your skill, staff sling, is not selected either one of those, so I'll select that. Your flail probably
They
doesn't
just
either.
went away.
Yeah. I'm fixing
So
this.
I didn't use it.
So your flail, use your flail. Yeah. Are you using the staff? to
No, I
mark
was gonna
him?
use this. I was gonna use the missile. That's what I have equipped. So I'll
Okay.
Use that then.
You can't. I mean, again, if you want to throw the stone at him, you're
No,
gonna
no,
be
I was gonna hit him with the staff.
right. The problem is that you don't have a staff damage. It's just a D6. Actually, I think a staff is less than that. I don't know. Just 1 second. Find it.
Quarterstaff.
It's a D6 bludgeoning. Yeah. I'm gonna fix your thing real quick here. Inventory. Staff thing.
Oh, like there's a. I only loaded the ranged weapons of the bullets. Is that what I did wrong?
I don't know. I put a quarterstaff in your list now, so
Oh, okay.
just use that to attack and damage on that. So you're good. We can actually delete that thing from the inventory. You won't actually need that.
All that.
There you go. Well, now we don't have to worry about it. Alright, Nacillus, what are you doing?
Well, now I'm swinging at him.
Go for it.
Two swords. Dual wielding. I don't delay, right?
No, you do not. The only time you delay is when you have 2 attacks with the same weapon, or multiple attacks with the same weapon.
Righto. Here we go.
Oh.
Miss. Come on, short sword. You got this. Hey, there we
Oh,
go.
he does!
Yeah.
Yeah, he does.
Oh, this is a D8. This is gonna hurt. Is he gonna go down? Are you gonna
Stab him right in the grundle. Oh yeah.
stab him in the grundle? And he dies!
Yeah.
And a loud thud, boom, echoes as he dies. And as that happens, Werner, you hear voices of that you're quite familiar with that sound like goblins coming from the westerly direction. You don't know if they're coming, but you can hear the sounds coming from that direction of their voices.
Get into this room because there's an exit out of the cave here. So
Okay.
everybody should file in this room.
I speak Goblin.
Okay.
What are they saying?
You hear one of them say, "Did you hear that?"
All right, goblins are coming.
All right, what are you gentlemen going to do? What I'm going to do is that for right now, I'm going to end the encounter and let you guys take actions until I deem otherwise. So, Nacillus is moving.
Over here, cover the door.
See if he'll let me move through. Nope, it didn't.
Over there.
And close the door.
Anybody that's moving in the room, I'm just going to manually put you there. Is Helmet moving in? Yeah, okay. Because it won't let you guys just move through for whatever reason. Alright, and close the door.
Is there a way to
Not
secure the
standing
door?
in front of the door, by the way.
You can move yourself now. You just couldn't move through the door.
It's locked.
Right, but it wouldn't let you move through the wall at all. So that's why I moved you to there. Alright, so you pull the door closed. Daylog does. Daylog, you can hear movement on the other side. You can't hear voices. I mean, you can hear muffled sounds of something going on the side, but you don't know what's going on. But you can definitely catch sounds of the voices of goblins on the other side of that door.
I'm going to stay quiet, but I'm going to be ready to stab anybody that comes through there. Any goblin that comes through there.
Well,
Is
right
there a way
now,
to
doesn't seem to be.
secure or bar the door.
No.
Can anybody snore and knock it over?
The ogre's dead. I say let them come.
We should, we should cut the head off of this ogre and take this.
Absolutely.
Yeah, we should do that right now.
I'm waiting to see if we get any goblins through that door or through the
Yeah.
cave entrance.
Helmet, you search the ogre and cut his head off. I'm gonna go to the other side of the room. Look through his whatever's over there.
His
The rest
soul-
of the rest of us will keep an eye on the door.
Go look through the ogre's soiled linens.
Exactly. Need the jock straps.
Okay. So what I need to do, let me do this before I forget. I want to make sure you guys get XP for defeating Mr. Owner in the list.
What was his name? Dennis or something?
Bill.
Bill.
Billy.
Bill the ogre.
Steve the ogre.
I
Bill
need
the
to
owner.
let the dog out. I'll be back
Okay.
in a couple minutes.
All right. So right now, it doesn't seem like the goblins are brave enough to open or come near that door to do anything. You guys have had, a good, 2-3 minutes, and again, you can hear them moving around on the other side and making noises, and you're not sure what's going on, but they haven't been brave enough to mess with the door and disturb Bill. Who was the one that was looking around in the room?
Yori, that was me.
Okay. Let's see. Next to his flea-ridden bear hide, there is a large sack.
Full of dead druid.
No. That would be right there. You can see in the northwest corner bones and remains of various things that he's ate. Some of them look like they're still being eaten. You're not entirely sure who is who, but that's where the remains are. What do you do?
Probably take those and make sure they're properly interred.
Besides the sack, is there besides the large sack and the food? Just give us anything else.
No, that's all that's in there. That, the food, or the remains of the food, that's all that's in their area.
Did the ogre have any like belt pouch or anything? If he was sleeping, he just come up.
He's in a loincloth. Yeah, he was in a loincloth. He doesn't have any armor or anything. There is a wooden club next to his bed. And I'm sorry I neglected to mention that, Yori, but there is and it looks like it was just a branch that was broken off of a tree and used.
Alright, I'm gonna dump the sack.
Okay. So you. I'll keep that up. You tip it over. A giant wheel of cheese rolls across the room. Coins scatter all over
Yes!
the place. There is even a keg that's in there that it took you a good, to lift it and pull the bag up and turn it upside down up in it. And this barrel of a small barrel keg rolls out. And gold, silver, all just scatter all over the floor.
Alright, I'll gather all of that back up and put it right back in the bag.
I'm back.
I'm not gonna really take inventory of it, I'm just gonna put it all back.
You might not, but I'm going to put it in the party sheet.
Okay.
While you are messing about, you when you're collecting everything back in the bag, you notice when you're kind of standing on the bear hide that it feels like there's something underneath it, and you kind of kick over the edge, and you can see there's a bundle of what looks like arrows and a small satchel. And when I say a bundle of arrows, there's like 6 arrows in the bundle.
I will definitely grab all of that. Put it in a large sack. also let the party know that I found cheese, a keg of brandy, various coins, some arrows, and a satchel.
Well, when you pick up the satchel, you can hear something kind of clinking around inside. You look in, you see a potion or a vial of liquid that the liquid itself is almost, you almost couldn't tell there's anything in there. It's so pure and clear, and there is a bone tube, no caps on it, just a bone tube with a scroll shoved in it. And I will put those in the party sheet too, so that I don't have to remember.
I'll call those out as well. Make sure Sneed is listening.
Okay.
And there's some arrows for her.
I'm not a shooter.
Oh,
Burner's the other one that wants to look at the food.
Yeah, Smee and I want to look at the food.
Bacillus wants the arrows.
Yeah.
And then, does anybody have Tech Magic memorized?
Not currently memorized at the moment.
Later. I'll grab the arrows though.
Who has the head?
I think Helmet was gonna grab the head.
Yep.
Yeah, put the head in your inventory. Create an item in your inventory and put the head in.
Guess that unidentified item is the vial of clear liquid.
Let me see. There you go. It has a name there.
Vial. Meow.
Yeah. That's why it's unidentified. It's confusing. A vial. Alrighty, gentlemen.
Burner,
What
if
do
you
you
want
wanna-
to take that scroll for now, go ahead.
Do
Yeah,
you
hang on.
dare proceed into the caves with the goblins, or are you going to take your booty and head back to town?
It's time to kill more goblins.
I mean, I think we could kill a couple goblins, right?
They're
got
only
40 arrows.
goblins.
Just goblins.
Only kobolds.
We did pretty well until the ogre showed up.
We opened up the door
Right,
and see
yeah.
if they set the ballista right outside there.
I'm gonna go peek my head out the cave, make sure there's not an army of orcs sneaking up on us. And then maybe if there's not, we should go further in.
I'm interested.
There's orcs. We're
Oh yeah, I'll heal you.
Okay, sorry. I was just laughing at forgetting about your
There's an
hurt
army
buddy.
of orcs out there? What?
No, I was forgetting about your hurt buddy. He got smashed in the face. His nose is broke. Blood
That's
is
right, he
poured
got
down
punched.
his.
He got punched.
Yeah, serious damage to his face. So what we'll do is I would like to take a break here. We'll come back.
Good demonetizers, we could.
Yeah. Alright, Helmet, you can open this door. And we'll just start killing goblins. That's what I like to see. Helmet ain't no bitch. Let's go.
Alrighty, we are back. I think everything is live. Volumes are working, I think. Can somebody say something?
We can hear you.
Alrighty, yeah. I can see you guys talking too, so we're good. Alright, so when we last left, somebody was going to heal somebody. It looks like...
I got him.
Did you cast it? Because I wanted to hear the effect, damn it.
I did.
And I did hear the effect.
It was
I
right
did
before
not.
break. It was right before break.
I did not. So,
And look at the roll, man. He rolled good.
he did.
That was before I did the 4d2 change, and I still got a good heal out of it.
Mm-hmm. So we're gonna, because I want to hear this.
So. Oh, you're gonna make me do it again. All right.
There.
Yep, there you go.
Okay, so let me get us.
The patented Thunder Blitzen Bobbin heal.
There we go. Yeah. 8. So from here on out, if you don't roll an 8, you are not on the ball. Alrighty. So what are you gentlemen doing? You can certainly, as I said, sounds of goblins on the other side of that door, although they have not approached it that you can tell.
Got an arrow knocked, aiming it right over Helmet's head, waiting for this door to open.
I'm gonna need some torchlight. Because we can see in the cave here a little bit, but
So I'm gonna draw this little white line there, so you guys know that's wall.
Let me go first if you want to, and then come out behind me.
So just as an FYI, and related to Nasilis's knocking an arrow, right now Helmet is a pretty tall person. The goblins are short. He is going to incur a larger penalty than he would if Daylog was there. With Daylog, it would be -4. It will actually be -9 or something. Whatever cover 75% or 80, whatever it is, would incur because of size differences. Because Helmet's going to block the goblins from your
it's
view,
hard to
pretty
shoot.
much. Yeah. Now Daylog is about the same size, but so it would still be -4 with Daylog. But you know, with Helmet, you're going to get actual hard cover. With Daylog, it's just going to be concealed sort of cover.
Hey, Helmet, how about you open the door and then like step back to the side of Daylog and see if those little idiots will just run in here, and you can just cleave them as they come in, and I'll just fire arrows out into the hall.
Or getting ill booty. All right. You do not know. You can attempt to listen to see if you can judge where they're at.
Maybe
Give
we
me
should
a-
call out to him. Does anybody speak goblin? Hey, come in here! Try and sound like Bill.
I speak Goblin, but I think I'm the only one.
Can you do an ogre impression?
In
And say-
Goblin.
In goblin, and say, "Come in here." I don't know. I'm just throwing it out there.
Get your skinny asses in here.
I'm hungry.
All right. Give me a charisma check in the tower. I will modify that based on your well done impersonation here.
It's definitely gonna work.
I'd buy it.
All right. Whenever he says that, you can hear some rustling on the other side of the door and whispering of voices. Sounds like, you know, more of them are at the door than before. Sounds like they're approaching, like maybe they heard what the sound or heard the voice, and maybe they're reacting to that. You start hearing some rattling around on the door on the other side. What are you doing?
well, if they're just gonna walk in, then I'm gonna back up a step. So I got some good cleaving room.
I'm telling you, it's gonna work.
All right. Let me see if I can figure out how to open this damn. You guys can't even see through it, can you? Or can you see through it?
No, no, yeah, I can.
You can? All right, so I just need to make the things you can see on this side. So what happens is the door starts to rattle around, and and it feels like, I mean, you're kind of leaning against it, listening. The door starts opening out in their direction. What do you do? You back up. Anybody else?
Step into the side here so I can shoot between these two.
Alrighty.
Get my sling ready.
And with that, you now see the room is filled with goblins, and they look like they're the guy that's opening the door. He's pulling it back, and he's kind of got the door open. He's looking back at the other guys, and then looks into the room and immediately sees the dwarf and Helmet, and let's see if he was surprised. And this is come on. Where's the sheep? There we go.
It's like 75 goblins in there.
So he is not surprised. He immediately just starts to shut the door. I need everybody to roll initiative, please.
He says, nope.
Damn it, it didn't work.
Drop him before he shuts the door.
Well, looks like everybody's rolled in, and so we're going to start with several guys outside. These are, that one's just going to stay where he's at. This guy, he's just, he could. He's not doing anything. These guys are just, this guy is going to move away. He's scared. And just before you guys all go, he gets to go. So his action is door goes boom and shuts. And he was the one. The 23 is the guy that went. All right. So next is Shmi. What was Shmi doing? Shmi was not casting anything.
No, he readied his staff, and he tells everybody, "Hey guys, we could probably go out this cave and run around behind them."
Exactly. Just go around. Yep. Or we could split our forces.
Yeah, I'll go around. I'm okay with that.
If Smee will say that and then hold, and if everybody does that, he will go with the party.
Okay. You want to leave the two big fighters in here with the cleric, and I'll just, you just watch this door. Maybe open this door if we can, and send a couple ranged around. Just throwing stuff out here.
Yeah, I'm not a tactician. I'm just saying we could go out the door. We could go out the cave, man.
Grab your loot and haul ass.
Yeah, I mean we could do.
We
totally
do have
do
some
that.
loot and a bunch of ears.
But
And,
we
and an ogre head.
really wanted to. We could come up behind them.
I think I want to kill some goblins, but
Yeah, me too.
All right. So Shmi, what are you doing, sir? You
Like I said, I told him that, and if people start going out the cave, he's going with the party out the cave. He's not going to stay here by himself.
All right. Well, it looks like Nacillus at least is heading out.
I'm on my way around.
okay.
Or leave one caster here and one caster go. With, if we want to split up.
I don't like splitting the party.
I don't either. But if it
It
happens,
is dangerous. It is quite dangerous.
I think we could all move around behind them and catch them.
Let's do that.
Yeah.
that.
down.
Okay.
Do it.
Let's do that. Let's do that. Let's just exit out this side and go in.
Let's do that.
Shmi, can you move your guy?
Okay. Yeah, I was just waiting to make sure everybody else went.
Everybody else has got movements planned except for you. You're the only one I'm waiting
Okay,
on.
there we go.
Is that as far as you want to go?
Yeah, he's not going to be out in the front.
Okay. Good. So I will accept yours. You go running outside.
Can I move more than my standard move then?
If you want a full run, you can double your move. Yes. So if that's 5, that would be 100 feet. And I need to... Alright, Werner. You're moving as well? Holy
I'm
shit.
moving.
There you go. I see where you're at. There's Werner. And next is this guy. This guy. And helmet. Where is he? In this pile of... Oh, he's the one that's upside down. When you're talking about upside down, it's not. It just looks like it. And Daylog is here. Why did he stop there? He should stop there. And Nacillus is here. Honestly, Yori went to, yeah. So you guys are trying to move through an invisible wall that's there. You're trying to move. You guys are trying to go over to here. Is that the plan?
Correct.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm just gonna put you. You have him targeted. What's that? All right. Is that as far as you guys wanted to go? I can see why you stopped. There's a clip right there. Is that as far as you guys wanted to move that round?
I think that was my max.
I moved like 60 feet. I think that's as far as
Yeah, I
went
went
there.
50, 30.
60 feet? Frankie, you of all people should know, you can move 120 feet as a
Yeah, I don't want to run past the party that much.
Okay. So you're staying a pace with the gnome and the dwarf.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
All right. So yeah, there's another invisible wall right there, and that's because this is not a real map outside. So you can just say you're gonna run to the cave entrance from here, and we'll go with that.
I
That's
found
what
out if you
know.
hold when you move tokens, you can move them through with walls without revealing what was in the wall.
Hold shift.
Yeah, but you have to manually drag the token. But you can grab like a whole bunch of tokens, hold shift, and then when you drop them, it will not show what you
What they
passed them.
move through.
Yeah.
That's good. That's good to know. And was that on one of the little loading tips?
Yeah, it was on one of the loading tool tips.
I really want them to open it up to where I can add things to that, because the whole people that are confused coming from 5e that don't know that you can open multiple rules of the same record. I just want that to be there in bold print so they know. All right, so first person to go is going to be, looks like Silas. Are you going to head to the cave entrance?
I sure am.
All righty. I will put you there. And that's where you want to stop?
Yep.
Okay.
Stop right there and cover the entrance. Make sure no goblins were trying to come out this way.
And Daylock, are you following Silas, I'll take it?
Yes, I am.
How do I... Wow. There is this mode, and Frankie, you may get this. When you click on a token to move it, and then you get the token in your hand that's kind of shaded, but you can't click on anything. Do you get that every now and then?
Sometimes. You stuck with it there. I'm trying to think. Not really. I don't think.
I got it. I get it whenever I'm moving like bad guys, and I was just there trying to, I think I clicked Alt or Control or something, and I was trying to move him, and it put his token, but it was like it wasn't really there sort of token, and it was on my pointer and it wouldn't go away, and had to like spam click buttons to get it to go away. So that's more than that's about a double move, Daylock, to get there.
Cool.
I usually get hooked like where I can't even grab the token. Like I keep the little hand grabs, but it doesn't pick it up. I don't know why I was pantomiming like you could actually see that.
And you want to do the same thing, right?
Cave entrance, yep.
So your double, your move base is like 50. That is double your move. Oh, and God bless America. Alright. And Werner, you're doing the same? Just gonna keep up abreast with everybody else.
Keeping up.
You're not gonna run past them, I take it?
Oh no, no, just keep up.
Okay. Put you there. And Helmet, are you doing the same thing? Just gonna stay up with the party? Do you want to be in the front maybe? That won't work. I'll have to drag you. Move to there. And I'm doing some bad guys behind you at the scene, so give me a few moments. This music almost sounds like Star Trek, the old stuff. And Shmee,
yeah.
are you gonna keep up? Is that you're not
Yes.
gonna get in front or anything?
No, not in the front.
I'll put you right there now. Right. There you go. Roll finish. Yeah, Sterno, I started noticing it about that time as well. I wasn't sure what it was, but that whole ghost sort of token thing is strange. Alrighty, looks like everybody has rolled initiative. Our first person to go is me.
He's going to delay till the end.
Alright.
If everybody moves on in, he's going to move with them. That's what he's watching for. So I'll delay.
Do that. And we're just going straight to Werner.
Same thing. I'm not going in first.
Alright,
So I can
delay.
follow when everybody else goes. Yep. Hold on.
And next is Nacillus.
I'm going in.
Send the bird in.
No, the bird doesn't do well in underground or indoors.
The ferret.
Is that as far as you want to go?
Yep. Go in here, look over to my right first.
Okay.
See anything covering the hallway here?
Let's see. There we go. Alright. You don't see anything immediately to your right.
Alright. I'll give the hand signal to come in.
Alrighty.
For this hallway.
Helmet. You can see just about Nacillus. Beyond that, it's darkness.
Yep, I remember that. Just about
Okay. Go ahead and show me where you want to go, and I'll accept it. Right. Still nothing in front of you. This guy. Wow. Daylog with the 15 initiative. That is your full move, right?
Correct.
Alrighty. Alright. You get there, just around the corner. Well, I think you can see him. Can you see him? I don't know. It shows on
Yeah,
my
yep.
screen you can. Okay.
Yep.
So
Got
perfect. That's the way I want. Just getting a little bit farther, you can see him kind of just his toe and his long nose kind of peek around the corner as you approach. And as soon as he sees you, you hear him let loose a squeal. And I'm going to change the music so we can have some more terrible music. There we go.
The chicken.
Yeah. And so that was your full move. That was your action. Yori.
Move it up. I can't really see anything or anybody. So I'm just gonna move.
Show me where you intended to move.
Like right about
Can't.
there.
You can't move through the walls, man. You're gonna show me your whole walk path. There you go.
Is that good?
Yep, and that's probably most of your move, anyways.
Most of it, yep.
You might be able to see the goblin toes from there. I don't
I
know.
should see one. Yep.
Okay. And oh, there we go. Smee.
Or I'm not on top of somebody right there.
You will be, but I will move you a
Just-
little bit.
yeah,
There you go.
That's it.
All right, and Werner.
Okay, I'm moving there.
Right up next to your other. Oh, it's not there. Okay, yeah, you're to the right of me, or east of him. All right, alrighty, gentlemen. Roll initiative. You can hear the sounds of goblins off to the west, screeching and hollering at each other.
Oh, I'm going. Oh, I'm not going last. What? Man, I got a plus 11 with that bow staff.
Yeah, with the staff sling.
Jesus Christ.
It's slow.
It still does 2 attacks per round, but it is slow.
Evidently, you have to cut down a tree and make it each round.
Let's see. All right, our first person to go is Werner.
All right, I am going to move there.
All right. That's as far as you want to go.
That's it. Just wanted to illuminate stuff so that Helmet can see where he's going.
Okay. Shmee.
Lane. See where everybody's moving.
Okay. You see a goblin move up. Actually, I'm just going to make them all so I don't have to worry about unhiding them. He is going to go, what?
Step on up. Be the first contestant.
Actually, let me see how far he's going. What is the key? Alt. Moves to there and stops. Alright, Daylog, what are you doing, sir? You can't see him from where you're at because of torchlight.
Yeah, I know kind of where they were, so I'm going to
Yep.
move that way. just
Okay.
'cause I go.
You move there expecting to see one. Now, when you get there, there are now 3. Is that as far as you're going?
Yeah, I want to go where I knew that guy was. in the
Okay.
corner.
Yeah, so as soon as you come through the light and your eyes, adjust, as you're closing, you see there are 3 there. Now, that is, you move,
25, wasn't it? Half my move.
yeah, half your move, you get a single attack at the end of it. Oof, that's a miss. That's a shame.
Got that out of the way.
Yeah. You see another goblin kind of move up. He's got a spear in his hand, but he moved too far to do anything with it. This guy is so budget. Helmet. Gonna go to there and stop.
Yeah, if I see any goblins, I'll take a swing.
Unfortunately, you can just barely make out that Daylog's in front of you. Right where that line is where your vision pretty much stops because of the darkness. It's pitch black in here, other than the light that he's holding. So, 21. Let's see, he's gonna stay. This guy's gonna go up here. His buddies. this guy. The guy on the front line targets Daylog and swings an attack for the first swing of the night for the bad goblins. Did that roll? That did not roll. Oh! Goblin's first attack is an nat 20.
Oh.
Alrighty. He seems impressed with himself. He has smacked down a dwarf. This guy still didn't smack him down, but he's certainly got a really good hit on him. Alright, Nacillus.
Alright, run over here. Ooh, alright.
Yep.
Shot at one of them. Animal turd.
That's the one that was holding the door. He laughs. Yori.
Moving up. Right there.
Alright. That is more than half your move. Shoo-wee.
Alright, I've seen everybody go that direction, so I'm gonna go to the lava light. To there. I moved way off. Sorry.
That is not where you want to go. I'll put you
Yeah,
there.
One spot south.
There.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, I put my line right way over there.
I don't know either. Alrighty.
Yep.
Yes. I'm actually seeing fantasy grounds late in the video. Pausing, so it may seem delayed. Actually, looks like it's good now. Nope. There it goes again. Strange. Alright, looks like everybody has rolled. Our first go is going to be the fearless leader of these guys. The one that was holding the door against the dwarfs. He steps forward, grinning with rotten teeth, and takes a swipe with his rusty short sword at Yori Founder Blister Buster and misses. I can't remember the name. You're just gonna have to forgive me. This guy moves here. He targets the dwarf, makes an attack. Oh my god! You've got to be kidding me! 2 crits.
Nice going, y'all guys.
Yeah. Might be time to beat me.
I rolled it. Where's it going? Oh, there we go. Oh wow.
Yep, that's it.
2 crits in a row. The dwarf goes down. God almighty. This
Yeah,
guy.
spam.
Now this guy moves up. He's got a spear, and he's just back there, just laughing and cheering on his buddies. But he's got a spear in case somebody else moves up. He's going to try to, help his friends. And he stand back. That guy's too far to get it to anybody. Nobody in sight. Well, he can't. He is going to throw a spear at the guy in the back. How far is that? That's 10 feet, so it's -2. -2. Nope, that's 2. He missed. Alright, Burner.
Okay, I'm gonna move up to right there. And hold the
Awesome.
torch so helmet can see.
Alrighty. next is it's me who was casting magic missile.
I'm glad he didn't hit me. I can still see the guy that
In front of you, yeah. Yeah.
23. That's who I'll target.
Absolutely, go for it. I don't think he was the one that took daylight down. Maybe it was. I don't know. I'll just go back and wow. Team of Tough Nuts, he took 4 damage and didn't die. Let's see.
Goblin 2 took down Daylight.
Okay. Guy in the corner. Okay. Alright, Nacillus.
Alright. What is Yori? Is he a halfling?
He is a gnome, so he's even smaller than a dwarf. By a little
He's
bit.
gonna cover down range over here and shoot at Goblin 7.
Okay, go for it.
There we go.
Oof, that's it. Didn't take him out. Alright, delay.
Oh, is that a double click?
Yeah. It's so you can drag and drop it on other things. I think that's why I did that. Helmet.
Helmet move and up to like stand over Daylon.
Yeah, I will just move him out of the way. For now, I'll put him right here. And then you can step forward and have your choice of 3 goblins within swinging distance. Number 2 is the one that took out your buddy. Alright. You remember how to target? Next round you get 2 attacks. Daylog is bleeding on the ground. And next is Yori.
I had the heal lined up, so I'm just gonna go ahead and cast it on him. I know it's just gonna take him up to 1, but
Yeah. Alright, go ahead and do it. Thunder, Bliss, and Bobbin. I'll never be able to say that.
Blunderbuss.
Yori Blunderbuss. Thunder, Blunder, Bliss. Thunder, Blizzard. Thunder.
Wonder Blissabop.
I cannot remember that. There we go. I'm still waiting
work?
for that. Yeah,
Okay.
for some reason there's some latency going on in that. I've heard some other people talking about that as well in their other games, not just in 2, but other rule sets. So maybe they're working on the network side of it. All right, so you are done. Goblin 21. This guy. Seeing more people come, just gonna step up to here. He's got a spear, but he's not doing anything with it yet. Remember not. Bacillus, get your final shot.
Blast this little jerk right here, since he doesn't want to die.
Yeah.
Get shot.
Fook.
Go away, go.
Oh! Took him out one shot.
Give it down here.
Okay, I got 1 heal left. I can try and get Daylog back in the game, but then he's really curious.
Yeah, you definitely
Got a potion I could drink.
By all means, drink it.
Andy, yes, that's exactly what it looks like. I tried to kind of impress upon them that, you know, when they got the ogres loot that they should haul ass, but yeah, I think they may. We'll see. Waiting on Helmet and Yori to roll initiative, please. Oh, system's lagging. You guys probably had rolled. Alrighty. You know what? I wonder. No,
Wait,
that's not-
Daylog, you're gonna drink that potion? You're
Yes.
gonna drink that potion?
Yep.
I'm not gonna cast it. I'm not gonna.
Just hold your alt key and re-roll whatever it is you're gonna do it for. looks like everybody has got their initiative rolled. Once we start, you can't change that. And here we go. And it looks like our first person to go is going to be me and CD.
And he sees Goblin 2 up there in the corner of the light.
Yep.
So he fires another magic missile.
Woo! These are some tough ass gobbies.
Yep.
Taking the hits. All right. And next is Daylog chugging a potion.
Yeah, do I need to do a use action or just apply this thing and delete it?
You can just apply and then delete it. You don't have to. I don't have any sound effects for drinking a potion, which I should see if there's a chugging something and add that so we can. But right now I don't have any triggers on it.
And then I'll remove it from my inventory.
Yep, delete it and we'll be good. All right, and next is going to be Werner.
I have the sleep spell prepped.
Alrighty. So
And
give me.
I'm going to cast it right at the corner of where I can see on Goblin 2.
Okay.
It's a
Give me a
30-foot
2d4.
Nice.
Alright, and these guys are. So let's. Alrighty, click now your sleep effect.
effect roll.
Yep.
Clicked it once. Nothing.
Yeah, it may. The system's. There it goes. Something's happening. I can hear the sounds as they all fall asleep. Yeah, we're only supposed to hear that once, but I think because of the latency that's going on the screen right
Oh, here it is again.
It's doing it to each one. It's doing Goblin 6, Goblin 2, Goblin 4, Goblin 3.
now. Well, the reason it's doing a sound for each one of them, there's like a mute. What do I call it? It's so that if you send 10,000 sleep things, it'll only do a certain amount of them within. It's got a rate limiter built into it. But I think because of the system's been delayed tonight, like right now for me, I was getting like an hourglass once you did it. On FGC, if you'd have done that, it probably would have snapped immediately and only hit, and you would have only heard that sleep sound. But in any case, now that we're past all that, you have put all the ones in front of you asleep. In fact, I'm going to change it to where all you hear is the music because they're all snoring.
I got them all.
All the ones you can
Nicely
see.
done. Nicely done.
Time to start popping some goblin heads.
Alrighty, Helmet, what are you doing, sir?
I'm gonna attack Goblin 2.
Alright, you don't even have to roll to hit, just do damage. Actually, considering you're effectively, we are out of combat right now in this area, you could just coup de grace, and that means just stomp their head or break the neck or cut the throat, whatever it is, however you want to kill them, you can kill one per round. Just
So this
with
will
no
be the
rolls.
round- Yeah, this will be the round I would have 2 attacks, but I'll definitely kill Goblin number 2.
And wow, I am getting lag again. Are you guys getting an hourglass?
No.
No.
No, but I'm not trying to do anything either.
Can you like zoom the map in and out?
Yes.
Yep.
Wow, I'm just like getting an hourglass. I think networking is. Oh, wow. It's because I ended a turn? Anyways. Alright, so what you can do is. I'm just gonna. Well, here we go. Kill that one. You can, and as I said, you can only coup de grace one per round. And why did it jump back to Yori? Did you reroll your initiative? Oh, I ended the round.
Yes.
Oh, yeah. No. I ended the combat. You guys don't need initiative at this point. If each one of you wants to move up and kill a goblin, we can do that. Because again, they're all asleep. There's no reason to have an initiative right now. But so helmet, Daylog, you are now standing. You've drank a potion. You have some health. What do you want to do? You want to move forward and start
Move
dispatching?
forward, up ahead. Yep.
Alright, I'm just gonna use the existing guy I have in front of me right here for some damage. Kill this guy. You kill that one. And I think that was the only people that hadn't went that round. So we'll move into the other guys. Yori, Werner, and Smee. What are you guys doing?
I'm actually going to go to the south. Running.
Smee's gonna go up there and start cutting off ears of the ones that are dead.
Okay.
Furnace going to go up and coup de grace one goblin.
Okay. So I'm gonna just use this character in front of me to roll some dice. Do you have a preference on which one?
Goblin
6,
4.
13, or 4? Okay, 4. There you go. Boom. He's dead. Alright. There are 2 more left. I need to. I'm gonna start moving bodies out of the way, so you guys can move through. If you are going to do the heads, please do so, or ears, or however it is you're doing.
I've got a piece of paper. I'm tracking them as they die.
Okay. Do you? I think you can. Can you? How far? Oh. Remember, you can only see to there. Just FYI. That's for Nasilis from where you're at. Are you going to dispatch the goblin storing at your feet to the north?
And stomp on his head with my.
All right. Just pile up a bunch of dice and drop it on his head. You can do it. Anybody else moving forward?
I'll move up, stomp one.
Alrighty, pile some dice up and dispatch him. You know, I wonder why.
If you hold shift, it'll just do a crit damage.
Do I gotta do damage dice or just dice from the dice tray or what?
It doesn't matter. Just grab a pile of dice from your damage on your sword and right-click it 20 times. I don't care. Throw all of them on. I just want you to kill it, because at this point you're not in combat, and you've got the last goblin is the only, this one over here is asleep too. Other than that, you guys don't see any goblins within your line of sight. Or your vision range, but that's the only one left. What are you guys doing?
I'll take care of it.
So where's Runner? You want to move up there and take him out?
Yeah.
I'm going to clear your targets. All right, pile up some dice, take him out.
Sorry, I was trying to pile dice. I didn't know how to do it, so just did the one.
Well, when you go to drag and drop damage on them, just right-click, and it'll just keep adding dice to it until you feel it's sufficient funds or sufficient dice to kill the thing.
Damage funds, I like that.
Yeah, sorry. And if you just want to drag them over there one at a time, you can do that too.
Figure it out.
I knew you could. There we go. Alrighty. Bodies strewn about, blood everywhere, goblins all dead. You hear no more squeaky voices. Seven goblins.
It was more than that when we opened that door earlier, so there's more in here somewhere.
There is?
Yeah.
Yeah, when that door kicked open earlier, there was like 12 or 13 of them. That's what I thought I saw anyway.
What race are you, Rob?
Dwarf.
Yeah, you guys can't count.
Wow.
That's racist.
Could be.
and just downright untrue. Or count gold.
But do they count it accurately?
Exactly.
Oh,
They think they're counting it.
Alrighty, have you collected the ears that you wanted from the goblins? Because if you have, I would like to delete them off the map.
7. Is that what you guys got?
I
Sounds
didn't
right.
count. Yeah,
Yeah.
that sounds good.
'Cause I heard 7 death knells.
And 1 ogre.
Got the ogre head written down as well. So somebody should already have that in their inventory.
Well, do we want to delve deeper or go back and cash in and come back next week and try cave number 4, I guess? What's behind cave number 5?
If the dwarf thinks more in here, let's try and get him.
I think we should at least check.
I'm game. I got 1 heal spell left. I could throw that on Daylog right now, and we could go look around.
I'll take the brunt of this. I'll shield my or sling my bow and draw my swords. I'll take the front here. They're just goblins. Famous last words.
Yeah, helmet can go up too, as long as there's somebody to light the way.
Yep, I'm here. I'll do it.
Yeah, they were in that other room down here before where that blue arrow was pointing. So,
To the west.
yeah, to the west and then
Yeah.
north.
All right, let's do it. Daylog, you want the heal now?
Well, as long as they can only do 6 on a crit, I won't die with 1 hit.
But when they crit one after the other,
Yeah, you
Yeah,
got
but-
2 crits. Yeah.
Repeated crits, yeah, I'm in trouble. Well, repeated crits and I'm
and by
down.
the way, the wizard is out of spells. This wizard is out of spells, I should say.
Got 1 magic missile left.
Well, you know, we can go poke around the corner and see what we see, and then run away.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
got 2 doors to run out from.
That's true. Yeah.
Do it. Let's open this door up top first, just in case we have to make a hasty retreat. I don't have to try to stop and open a door.
That's a good idea.
Alrighty, well, it is unlocked. Tokens are, so you can kind of move slowly
I'll
where you're
open the
going.
door.
Give me an idea where you're looking. Why are you opening that door? Aren't you guys going west?
Yeah, we are, but just in case we need to beat feet, we don't want a closed door between us and an exit.
Gotcha. Alrighty, as you guys move up, it is pretty quiet. You can still see the light, faint amber light coming from that direction. Looks like it's the color and nature of it seems to imply that it's from fire of some sort. Slowly squeaking forward.
Alright.
Alright, so you get your first peek into the large room. It looks like probably a common room for. I'm gonna move you up so you can get on this peek around the corner. So I can go ahead and give the description. But it looks like this is where the goblins took their meals. There are some pallets strewn about where they would probably sleep. But right now, all you see is the crates and tables and empty chairs. Some of the chairs are overturned. There's mugs of some kind of liquid sprayed across the floor like they were knocked over. It looks like there was a lot of hasty action taken in this room, but there is nothing in here at the moment.
think they skedaddled deeper in probably to get reinforcements if they did come this way.
Is
Or
there
the
an
door-
exit out of that room? I can't.
It's hard to say. There's a couple other hallways, but
Yeah, then they very well could have gone deeper in.
or it's true that the dwarf just can't count and we did kill all of them. One of the two.
That's harsh.
Yeah, I'm just, keeping the options open here. I've got a little fireplace.
Yep, that's in fact where the light is coming from.
Barry, is that a desk that you're on?
I think it's like a shelf or something.
There
I
in
think
the
it might be
corner?
boxes. Yeah. Is there anything valuable around me?
Is there anything valuable around you?
Yeah.
There are crates. Some are not open. Some are. The one directly in front of you look like it has some potatoes and some kind of rotten fruit in one side. But other than that, immediately that's what's in front of you. You guys can see off. Oh no, you can't. But like I said, I mean, you can see the stuff that's in the corners and around the fire and various other things. There's crates and barrels and boxes and bags. And some of it looks like maybe, is it flour or beans or some kind of corn or seeds.
But no goblins.
Don't see any, nope. Not from here. We're gonna stop you right there, Mr. Werner.
All right.
When you move up to that area, you hear the sound of a door creaking open. You're not sure where the door is. You suspect it's off to the west, but it's beyond your line of sight. And you hear whispered, squeaky voices. And unfortunately, none of the other guys can see through your light, so they can't see it either. But you hear the sounds of something in chain armor rattling around, and you hear this deep, for a goblin, voice let out a loud, scream, and he says, "Briar!" And you hear the sound of feet coming down the hallway at you guys. And we'll stop it there until